All 90 pieces. That's a...
Oh, Don.
Oh, it's so nice.
Fancy turning on that wonderful orchestra for me?
Oh, yes. Well, we knew, you know, it was befitting the occasion. I mean, you are being immortalized, aren't you?
Oh, it's very, very moving. It's incredible, isn't it, to think I started life up to my wrists in a kitchen sink in Melbourne, and now I'm with little people like this. This isn't the real Sophia. This is just a model of her, but isn't she gorgeous?
Yes, absolutely.
I hope I never have to share a cell with her, though.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be awful, Don, if the tax people got onto me? Not that I've ever done anything wrong, but wouldn't it be dreadful if I had to go to jail like little Sophia?
Yes. That looks like Sophia when she was little, too, yes.
Well, yes, she's beautiful, though. I could feel I could touch her. In fact, I am touching her.
Yes.
I'm still getting used to this satellite thing, Don.
Oh, well...
To be chatting away to you and to think that our conversation is being bounced, really, isn't it, off a satellite? Martians could be watching us now.
That's
right. They could be.
And marveling at you as well, I suppose. Who is that back
marveling. There? That's little Andre Previn. You know the one who was married to Mia?
Yes.
Little Mia Farrow?
Yes.
He's a conductor. He's a conductor, little Andre Previn. He's still got the Beatles haircut up there. It's really more... Isn't it? It's all either Beatles or Norm Gallagher, wouldn't you
yes,
say?
I would say. How long
talking
before...
of prison cells.
How long... Oh, hang on. How long before you are actually in this exhibition?
Did I trick all of you viewers, by the way, when I was standing at the beginning there when the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra were playing? I was pretending to be a waxwork then. I'm a terrific trick, but, you know, the one the technicians here are doing...
Yes?
...is even more lifelike than me. Isn't that spooky?
Yes.
It is. It's absolutely uncanny. It's going to be in this frock, this beautiful... This frock is based on the Sydney Opera House. This is sort of meant to... It's uncanny, isn't it?
Didn't you wear that to the command performance?
Oh, yes, I've worn it to a number of command performances, as a matter of fact. And Lady Di is thinking of having a maternity frock based on it. She is.
Good idea. Who is that there?
This is Lester Piggott.
No.
No. I'm sorry.
It's
Jeff Boycott,
yes,
OBE.
You'd have a hell of it. The horse would be very, very black and blue if he could keep getting beat on the rump with a cricket bat, I'll tell you.
I know. I couldn't pick what he's... I'm not very much into sport.
Yes.
But he hasn't got any... He doesn't seem to have any balls, so I assumed that he was probably in the turf. Had something to do with the turf, but...
I suppose so, yes. You would assume that.
Is the camera following me?
Yes,
all those little
definitely
Martians.
following you, yes.
I'm going to sit down here now. And I'm going to introduce you. Don, can I introduce you and all the viewers to a wonderful, wonderful author, a very, very favourite of mine.
Right.
That is Barbara Cartland. She's really well, I suppose she's the English equivalent of me in many, many ways.
Did you loan her that dress?
Isn't the frock lovely?
Yes, it looks like one of yours.
It could be, couldn't it?
Yes.
She models a lot of her fashions on me, and she's a very famous writer, and she eats vitamins and sheep's brains a lot to keep herself young. And she's one of the great sights here. Do you know that 2 million people every year come to Madame Tussauds to look at their waxworks museum? Isn't that uncanny?
That's an incredible figure. Who is that behind you there, Dame Edna?
Oh, isn't he spooky? That's Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, right, yes.
Look, he's just about to push someone off a cliff, I think. He's lovely. I'm going to just give him a couple of little glances. You know, the artists here, Don, they go to a terrific amount of trouble. This whole thing was founded by an old madam of yesteryear, Madame Tussauds, and she came to England originally to wax people's legs. I believe, I'm not certain of this.
How?
And then she was waxing their legs and just couldn't stop when she went all over them.
What sort of preparations do you have to go through to have this figure done of you in there?
Well, this is uncanny, Don, and I'm glad you asked that question. It was intriguing to me because they measure every little nook and every little cranny. I was very surprised, as a matter of fact, at some of the intimate measurements that they took. I said to one of their technicians, I said, really, I'm wearing a long frock. And another one, I said, when she was taking a very funny little inside leg measurement,
yes.
I said, well, it's by my face that I'm generally known. But all the time, Don, I was quivering with pride because I thought, isn't it marvellous? It's not just marvellous for Melbourne, which is always in my heart, but it's marvellous for Australia, isn't it?
Yes.
That we are at last represented here. Do you know, Don, there's only one other Australian in the waxworks at the moment, and that's darling old Sir Robert Menzies.
Right.
He's in another department, and I can't show you him at the moment.
Where are you going to be placed in there?
I'm going to be placed in a special hall of fame, where they get the maximum crowds. I was a little bit... Oh, by the way, can we look at some of the others?
Sure,
Can
I'd
I
love to, yes.
Look at this lovely lady. Isn't she gorgeous? That's Agatha... It's Agatha Christie, isn't she lovely?
Yes.
She looks like something out of the Sullivans, doesn't she? She's thinking up another little spooky mystery, Agatha, there.
Who is that behind her?
First of all, just get the camera down and see she's wearing, look, surgical stockings under her. She must have had a little bit of vein trouble, poor Agatha.
I think that's what happens when your nooks and crannies start to fall apart.
With the nooks and crannies of poor old grannies.
Yes.
And Don, I don't think that's going to be difficult for you to guess. This one here with the hat. Can you see him, camera?
Yes, sure. That's J.R.
Has the satellite got him?
Yes.
That's mean old J.R., isn't he looking... But isn't it realistic?
Yes.
He could leave his elastic-sided boots under my bed any time.
They tell me that your concert season in London was absolutely wonderful and that even Prince Charles was there. Is that true?
Yes, Prince Charles came along and he said that Lady Di couldn't come because she was feeling, you know, at that little stage where the women get where they have to pop their feet up. And I said, I understand.
Do you give her any
And
advice?
since I was able to give her, and I still am giving her a terrific amount of advice.
Yes.
And it's not unconnected with wax either. I said, give yourself the waxworks. That is the Nivea treatment for the stretch marks. As our little Bert will tell you, because he and I had a chat about it on the wireless, I've been helping very much with the royal stretch marks. And my hands are a lot smoother as a result.
I can imagine, yes.
They are. I've been, you know, rubbing ointments and things into that darling.
Well, thank you very...
But,
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean
I just wanted to say a little cheerio to Bert and Patty, because I have a special place in my heart for them, and I'm very pleased to know that they're still very well and thriving. There's nothing about them in the papers over here. I'm very disappointed to see. There must be a news blackout on them. That's all I can say.
Might be even jealousy.
I asked a woman in the street the other day in London, I said, have you heard any news about Bert and Patty? And she looked at me as I was a little bit mad. But this is thrilling, and I'd like to thank the wonderful people at Channel 9, the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, and especially I'd like to thank Sir Harry, who's going to be singing soon on this program.
Yes, he will.
Thanks for interviewing me, Donald.
All right, it's a pleasure.
I'm a bit emotional.
Thank you for the tour.
I might melt my wax.
Thank you for
I've got a low melting point.
Thank you for the tour. Wave everyone a goodbye, and I'll tell them about your concerts here when you come back. You'll be returning very soon.
All right, darling.
Live from London. Looking fantastic. Ah, yes. There you go.